think the American patient, the American parent has been gaslighted to not ask questions. This idea of trusting the science, this idea that you're a fringe whacko for trying to self-diagnose or go outside of our traditional medical system. But at the same time, we've been getting exponentially sicker, more depressed, more infertile. I mean, male sperm counts plummeting, PCOS, leading cause of infertility, is going up. You know, when the American Academy of Pediatrics now is saying that 12-year-olds who are obese, which is 25% of teenagers, should be getting an injection instead of eating healthy. I mean, I think there's a license now that people can kind of wake up and question incentives, and that seems to be resonating. It's absolute disaster. An average child today, in one 20-ounce bottle of Coke, ingests as much sugar as they did in a year, just 100 years ago. Obvious. I don't think anyone's really scientifically disagreeing. Shouldn't be subsidized in a nutrition program, but it's a material part of Coke's revenue. Again, over $10 billion of food stamp money is spent on these sugary drinks. I'm a free market guy. Coke should exist. Pharma should exist. Like, they should even be trying to rig the system if they can, but we've got to call it out. You know, I'm not saying they shouldn't exist, but the fact is the incentives of the $4 trillion healthcare system, the $6 trillion food system, is to grow. Yeah. And it's no one person, but I think the beauty of the system in a way is that it's convinced everyone they're doing the right thing. So the Coke executives really do legitimately feel, many of them, like they're feeding people. And the pharma executives really do feel like they're helping people. You know, if somebody is like, massively obese, diabetic, like really on the verge of heart, they probably do need a drug. The problem is the link. The problem is that the food companies, aren't responsible for health. They've made food more addictive. The foundation of our diet is highly processed grains, which turns into sugar, which is addictive, which was created just 100 years ago. Seed oils, which are inflammatory, make the food more addictive, invented just 100 years ago, and added sugar, which really didn't exist 100 years ago. The problem is then the pharma and the hospitals and all these other institutions, they're there to pick up the mess. They're not taking responsibility for the fact that everyone's getting sicker. So they're like, oh, we're doing a great, because there's these lazy humans are eating their McDonald's, their processed food, and we're cleaning up the mess. So they, in their heads, but the problem is nobody's asking why people are getting sick. Like, there's no incentive. Yeah, so that's one of the problems, and that's why it's important. I think people are waking up, the books, podcasts, people wearing bio wearables and seeing things that aren't making sense.